Hey everybody, Super Wildcard Weekend. Welcome in. What are we looking at right here? We're looking at two running backs, one of first team All-Pro, one that had 100 yards against Dartmouth. That would be me. Maurice and I very different types of running backs.
I love that, though.
Thank you very much. I love you. And we love running backs. It's our favorite position.
No question.
And that's why it's GM RB. And we want to talk as we're going into Super Wildcard Weekend, kind of an interesting subspecies as far as I'm concerned. It all starts with Leonard Fournette last year. Playoff Lenny, as he came to be known. There's a type of running back, year after year we see it, that is kind of laying in the weeds and then explodes come playoff time. Leonard Fournette last year had never even had 50 yards in a single game for the Buccaneers. In the playoffs, he had over 304 touchdowns, earning him the new nickname, Playoff Lenny and then Lombardi Lenny. So as we're looking forward, Maurice, I want you to give some guys who you think could be the story over the next 6 weeks, just explode out of nowhere. And I'm going to look in the past at some guys who have kind of done the Fournette deal as they go into the playoffs. What do you got?
Well, first, let me say this. The first guy I'm going to talk about, he's from my hometown. Okay. Went to Antioch High School. Okay, he's been a baller since he was a young lad coming out of Pinole, California. Najee Harris. All right. This is the thing. Okay, I don't know if he'll be there the whole 6 weeks. But in order for this team here, the Pittsburgh Steelers, to win, he has to do this. 1,200 yards, 7 TDs. He has been doing everything for him. He's kind of been that bell cow that everyone looked for. On top of that, I mean, listen, he's from Antioch. What do you expect? You only expect greatness to come out. That's where I came from. And so you have to be great. In order for the Steelers to win, he has to have a huge game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
He has to run like this. Steelers win. What is Najee Harris' stat line after the game?
At least 150 yards.
150.
150. Yeah. They beat the Cleveland Browns. It was tough defense. It was cold. He has to go crazy, and he has to catch the ball, too, and give you some of this as well. Angry runs.
Angry runs.
He needs an angry run or two in this game.
And 0 fumbles on the year for Najee Harris.
That's the other part.
Do we respect that?
I love that.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, next, let me go down to Arizona. Okay, and, some people may say Kyler Murray. No, not Kyler Murray. This guy here, James Conner, are you kidding me? 18 TDs. 18 TDs.
Ton of games.
And missed game. But this is the thing. He brings a physicality to this offense, right? We're talking about the Arizona Cardinals, this air raid. They're throwing the ball over. But when he touches the ball, and I've called a bunch of these games, breaking tackles of Aaron Donald, who he trains with in the offseason, right? You get in the goal line, he drops his shoulder, runs through guys, catches the ball out of the backfield. Again, beat the Niners, who we just saw beat the Rams, by himself with Colt McCoy twice. This is unbelievable what he's been able to do. I think, again, if the Cardinals expect to go on this long run, it is going to be a lot of James Conner, which I don't want to see and don't want to have to call, but it's going to be a lot of him if they expect to run. Last but not least, another guy.
Who do you got?
From Antioch, California. It's craziness. If you want to play running back, go to Antioch, California. Joe Mixon. All right. There we go. Now, look, everyone talks about Joe Burrow. Everyone talks about Kay Adams being the ruler of the jungle. Everybody talks about all those receivers. But this guy here rushed for 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. You're in a part of an offense that has a 4,000-yard passer, a couple 1,000-yard receivers, and a 1,000-yard rusher. And we know what happens in the playoffs. You got to be able to close out games. You got to be able to run the ball.
That's how they beat the Raiders in the regular season.
There you go.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon is another guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield, can do everything, but he has to be able to run between the tackles to help with that play-action pass and help them get a big lead against the Raiders. Those are the three guys I think if they're going to make a run, these guys have to have huge days. Look at that.
There's so much on Chase and Burrow and everything. This could be the dude, right?
Yeah, and look, we're all from the same crib. That's all I wanted. That's really the reason I want to talk about him.